Okay, here we are with this week's installment of Storytime with Charlie. This is a story about some friends coming through town. One of them is a professional Muay Thai fighter who lived in Thailand. And when anyone that fights in Thailand, every fight is a pro fight because you only fight for money. It's not like amateur boxers here and stuff. So this guy's a professional fighter, okay? He's one of the nicest guys I know, but he's also, he's all right. And he had another friend with him who was a pretty badass skilled guy himself. They were filming a series called Ask a Fighter, where they go around and ask fighters, professional fighters, like jackass type questions, like what's your favorite Pokemon and stuff. And you can check out some Ask a Fighter videos. They're pretty cool. And they were doing a series. They were going across the country, filming as they went and going to different gyms, working out with people, doing their funny things. They were having a great time. And my buddy calls me and says, "Hey, I'm in Austin, and I have my friend. We're filming this show, and I have a cameraman. We need a place to stay." Of course, I checked with the wife. She said, "Of course." So I say, "Come on, dude. It's all good, man." By the way, this guy, this professional fighter guy, he trains in Austin right now. And I met him through a speed metal band that I did a recording for, 13 years ago or something like that. They're on their way from Austin. I'm prepping, getting some beds ready and stuff. And he calls me. So I go outside and out back to smoke a cigarette. I'm talking to him on the phone. And he says, "How much do you weigh?" And I knew exactly why he wanted to know that. I said, 150. "How tall are you?" I said, like 5'6" and a half, if I'm freaking really get up straight. He says, "Okay." He says, "My cameraman's 6'1", 180. You want to fight him?" And I said, "Yes." So he says, what kind of training do you have?" And I said, like we all do, or maybe, martial arts when I was younger, which means I know just enough that it's not going to help me in a fight at all. As a matter of fact, if I try and use any of it, I'm just going to get myself hurt. I'm better off swinging for the fences like every other idiot does. Because you got to really be skilled to apply that in a street fight, especially because karate. Let me tell you about karate, okay? Let me tell you about a black belt in karate. The only reason that he can possibly beat your ass is because he spent so much time doing this. And that's more time than you spent doing that. He spent time kicking a target. You haven't spent time kicking a target. The actual technique from the punch is not really that useful in a real fight. But he has been doing it many times, okay? So that's where the black belt stuff, the only reason you should be afraid of a black belt is because he's trained a long time. Most of the stuff he was training is useless. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, I say, yes, I'll fight him. I say, but I know the guy's going to be, he's bigger than me, okay? So I say, I have to be able to use knees and elbows. Only because that's something I've trained. I've thrown a few thousand elbows at a pad. Very comfortable doing it. I'm going to hit pretty much exactly where I aim. I'm going to pretty much follow through and hurt something only because I had this badass black belt dude slapping me in the arm when I wasn't doing it right and taught me how to do it, okay? Not saying I'm a badass. I'm not, so don't start. I want knees and elbows because I figure that'll give me an advantage. He says, okay, no problem. I'm thinking, okay, 6'1", 180. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It's like some of my friends when they're at their fighting weight. Well, I'm not scared of my friends. Maybe I should be, but I'm not because I know them. So, I'm not worried. I figure I can take this guy. I'm like 45 at the time. Well, they get to the house. The guy's 23 years old. I'm expecting someone my age, okay? 45-ish. I'm hoping he might be 50. And this doesn't always matter. We all know that. 60-year-old man will whoop my ass, and a 19-year-old boy might have no chance. But all things being equal, you You don't want your taller opponent who outweighs you by 30 pounds. You don't want him to be 23 or 24. This is ridiculous. I'm like, okay. Well, so I start sizing the guy. Very nice. Let him in the house. We start talking. The minute I see him, I could just tell. He's a nice person. And I'm not saying that I'm a bad man. And I'm actually, y'all know me. I'm a nice person. This boy was nicer than I am. He had probably had a kinder heart. His parents probably still paid for his insurance. He was one of those kind of nice people. You know, not the mean bone kind of guy in his body, right? I will put a link in the description to a clip of the fight in this actual episode of Ask a Fighter. It never got released. We need to find a gym to hold this fight where there's a ring, and also so we can work out ahead of time, okay? All they can get is that, when I say that lightly, because this was badass. All that they could find was a gym, and I believe it's called Lord's Gym. It's a boxing gym in Austin. It's pretty legit. There's no air conditioning, and Texas gets hot. These people are in there, it's a boxing gym. It was such a cool environment. They're in there punching, swinging. There's girls, there's men, old, young. Everyone's in there freaking working, sweating. It was, oh my God. I wish it was closer. I would like join. I really want to join a boxing gym. It's my weak spot. I don't know how to do that. I don't know what to do. So it's something I want to do. So I'm there. I'm enamored by just being in that environment. And they meet the owner. He says, yes, you can use the gym to film your show. So my friend Alex takes me, and Elin, the other fighter, takes the cameraman, and we go off in separate directions, and they start training us to fight because they each want their fighter to win. Alex is training me. He's got me jumping rope. They're videoing that, and they're laughing their asses off because I can't jump rope even like a girl, pardon my language, girls. That's what I remember in school was girls jumping rope, and damn, they were really good at it. And I'm sure some of the athletic guys, some of my friends, the athletic ones, I'm sure they could kick ass at it too, right? I can't jump rope, or at least I can. I just have not learned how to do it correctly yet. They're laughing at me while I'm jumping rope, man. I got nothing, man. It's hilarious. You know, they're filming us hitting the bag. I mean, my buddy's doing some mitt work with me, you know, trying to get me to do some combinations, real simple stuff that's going to help me win this fight. And before the fight, they kind of were interviewing a few people with the camera. Some people from the gym, they were interviewing a few people and asking them, who do you think's going to win? Again, the guy's 30 pounds heavier than me, 5 inches taller than me, and freaking 20 years younger than me. And there's nothing wrong with him. He's not walking with a limp, okay? I mean, this guy, he's a normal, fine young man. And the people are saying that I was going to win. And it was just all demeanor. It's not, I wasn't acting tough. I wasn't doing anything. They're just like, oh, this guy seems like a guy. This guy seems like a really big, nice guy. And they could see that. One funny thing I wanted to tell you, on the drive down there, I said something that I thought was funny. Interviewing us in the car on the way. And Alex asks me, do you think you're going to win? Charlie, why do you think you're going to win? I got a little bit street on him, and I said, I'm going to win just because I'm from Tujunga. I said, just the fact that I'm from Tujunga means that I can beat this guy's ass. And he's like, what, why? What do you mean? What does that mean? And I'm like, I'm just going to have to show you. Now, does that mean because I'm from Tujunga, I'm going to beat the next guy's ass? No, because Charlie doesn't fight. So don't try and start a fight with me, okay? Because I'm not fighting. It's not what I do. It was fun. It was fun talking a little bit of crap, which it was cute, but, it was bullshit. So anyway, we get to the gym, we do the training, and it's time for the fight. They were going to put us in a little ring in the corner, but they're looking at the big ring. They were sparring. The gym, they had their sparring, official sparring time. And the professional boxer who runs the gym was in the ring, and they were doing pointers, and they were running like a sparring class in the big ring, the real boxing ring. Alex and Elin, the guys filming, they're like, man, we gotta put the fight in that ring. The guy already gave us everything and let us use his gym for fun and for free. But they asked him, can we do this, take a couple minutes, 2 rounds, 2 1-minute rounds, or 3 1-minute rounds or whatever. The guy says yes. So they stop the sparring. All the boxers get around to watch. We get in the ring. We got the headgear on. We got the big thing that, like, it's like a motorcycle helmet practically. I get the big fat belt around me. I look like a sumo wrestler with the big cup that goes all the way down so you could kick me right between the legs. Safety stuff. We start fighting. And they gave us the big gloves. The kid gloves are huge, so no one will get hurt, okay? 16 ounce, I don't know the terms. These gloves are so big, if you do this, the guy can't punch you in the face. Well, okay, he can punch you in the body, but I'm not a professional fighter. No matter how many times my coach is yelling at me to hit him in the body, I'm trying to hit the guy in the head. And it's hard to get around, and your arms get so tired holding him up for so long. It's brutal. So we're fighting. First round, I just kept the double jab up. I kept his hands up. I hit him 4 or 5 times. He hit me once with the laziest jab, pushed right through, just touched me. And it hurt me. Because it's a big, dumb kid's arm that's bigger than me. We're not on the same physical weight page. And I was like, wow, I can't let that happen again. But he's not really punching back because I'm overwhelming him, but I'm also getting gassed. So we take a break. The owner of the gym teaches the kid, just stick your arm out. Do this. Then he won't be able to reach you, like the Three Stooges where you hold his head and they punch under the arm. He's telling him, do that, and then you will stop getting hit. Well, thank goodness the kid didn't learn. He came back in. And by the way, this isn't even amateur boxing. This is people that don't know anything about boxing. It is the most boring, stupid, cumbersome looking thing you've ever seen in your life. So I'm glad I don't have the whole fight for you. I'm embarrassed about the 12-second clip that I'm going to be able to link in the comments. And I hit him with the 1-2 punch. And when you see it, you'll see it wasn't even hard. It was harder than it looks. But I kind of overwhelmed him, and then I got him with the 1-2, and he quit. The big boy quit. He was a nice boy. And I couldn't breathe. When I got back to my corner, you spit that mouthpiece out, and you feel like you need your mouth to be this big. You cannot get enough air in your body. You're just, and it feels like you're breathing through a cocktail straw. I mean, you're just totally out of gas, right? I mean, I smoked a cigarette right before the fight. So, that doesn't help either, right? We came back to the house. I had a great time with those guys. And that's the story of the time I fought the 6'1", 180, 23-year-old nice guy. Story time with Charly.